All right, now, what's going on, people? It's Josh, aka Foresight, coming to you live from the other side of the culture, where we are in the culture but not of it, and we introduce the kingdom to the culture. So, Chance the Rapper, who last time I checked is a married man, was recently at a carnival festival in Jamaica, and he was captured on camera dancing or grinding on some young lady who was basically naked for all intents and purposes. And the video has been making its rounds on the internet, and been receiving some mixed reactions. Some people are saying that he's way, way, way out of line for this, and that they even hope that his wife leaves him because of it. Others are saying it's no big deal. He was just dancing. It's harmless. I see a lot of claims just saying that, this is just the culture in Jamaica. So, he's just partaking in the culture and having fun. But my stance on this is we can't let culture be our standard for what's right and wrong. To me, that's the biggest issue that we have with society. For the most part, we've determined that, if the culture says something is cool, then it's cool. We act like if the culture collectively adopts a certain mindset or adopts certain behaviors, then we're all supposed to just fall in line. But the culture should not dictate your morality. There has to be a standard that's higher than the culture. In some cultures, like, for instance, the Yanomami tribe who reside in the Amazon rainforest, they don't believe in burying their dead. Instead, they just eat them. That's their culture. That's the standard of their culture. In certain other cultures, it's normal and accepted for older men to be with underage girls sexually. And I'm talking about far under or well underage girls. That's just the culture. Now, if I visited one of those places, right, where that's the culture, would it be okay for me to partake in those activities? I would say no. I believe that we are not the determiner of morality. I believe that we submit to a standard that is higher than ourselves, from a transcendent lawgiver, the one who knows all things, the one who knows what's best for us and what's not. So the standard for morality is given to us. It doesn't come from us. So, we don't just get to choose what's right and what's wrong for us. And as a believer in God, as a follower of Jesus Christ, I believe that the standard comes from the Most High God, not culture. So, I understand that grinding on each other is part of Jamaican culture. I get that. But the question is that behavior suitable for a married man? A married man who I believe says that he's a follower of Christ, if I'm not mistaken. Listen, I'm not perfect. I've never claimed to be. I never will. I'm far from it. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, and I'm positive that I will make more. But I believe that if you're married, you just shouldn't do anything that is sexually suggestive with another person. Not only do I think it's morally wrong, but I personally feel like it just makes your partner look foolish, to be honest. Some people feel otherwise. They think it's not a big deal. they think it's like neither here nor there. And I mean, hey, to each their own, right? But from personal experience, I think it's best, for your sake and for your partner's sake, that you don't play with fire. I'm positive that these sexually suggestive dances inspire sexually explicit thoughts. I've been there before. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been in these positions, and that's been the result of it. And once you start obsessing over the idea, it's usually not too long before the action follows. I mean, the reality is, how much bumping and grinding can you do with a person before your thoughts start to take hold of you? For real. And I'm not saying that this is something that his wife should leave him over. I'm definitely not saying that. She might fully support him living his life and having fun. I don't know. But at a certain point, I believe it's not so much about, your relationship with your spouse and what they think, but more about your relationship with God and what he thinks. Whether your spouse is cool with it or not, if God is not cool with it, then it's not cool. Period. The Bible says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 3 through 5, it is God's will that you should avoid sexual immorality, that each of you learn to control your own body in a way that is holy and honorable, not in passionate lusts like the pagans who don't know God. So again, regardless of how your spouse feels, as believers, especially believers, and followers of Christ, we submit to his will, not just to what our spouses think. There are plenty of ways to have fun that don't involve grinding your private parts against another person. I'm just saying. Anyway, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like and subscribe. Do not leave this video without liking and subscribing. It helps the channel a lot, and I would definitely appreciate it. The link to my music, the link to my Instagram will be down in the description. Go ahead and check those out. And I'm gonna holler at y'all next time. All right, now,